What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Broadway Joel, the voice of Dominican boxing, and it's been a while since I do it live in English. I felt the need to, man, because I've been talking a lot of Dominican boxing, and of course, that's what I'm known for, and that's what I will always continue to do. But I am also a boxing fan, and I do watch other fights not involving Dominicans. And don't get me wrong, we still gonna discuss Dominican boxing on this. Let's not get that twisted. But I wanted to talk about another fight that's happening this Saturday, and that's Rayo versus Gary Antoine Russell. By the way, these are two guys who have losses to Dominicans. Ironically, uh, not the first time we've seen this. I remember, when Rayo fought Colbert, he was also another guy that had lost to a Dominican. So it's kind of ironic he's doing this again. Um, Gary Antoine Russell. Let's talk about Gary Antoine Russell, former U.S. Olympian. You know, so I believe he had a record of 17-0 with 17 knockouts going into the fight with Puello. And I was always telling people, I don't think Gary Antoine Russell is as good as they making him out to be. People were making him out to be this, like he was the 140 better BF, and he was about to do this and that, and I was on my channel going, I think Pollo got that. I think Pollo got that, and he did. You know what I'm saying? He did, and I was very certain of that. And the same thing with the Rayo situation. I remember going on here predicting Edwin was going to win by knockout, and was going to be by that left hand, and that's exactly how it ended. So with Rayo, I want to say I don't think he's gotten enough credit for how much he's improved since he's lost. We seen him in the Colbert fight, in the first one, fought a good fight. A lot of people felt he won. It was a close fight. They ran it back, and he won by one punch knockout after dominating the fight. Know what I'm saying? Then goes on to fight Pitbull and say whatever you want about Pitbull. He's not good. He's this. He's the overrated. He gave Tank one of the toughest fights he's had in his career. And that's just a straight fact. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get knocked down. He didn't get knocked out. And there was moments in that fight where you weren't sure if he was going to pull it off because he was having a lot of success against Tank. So although he's a small 135 pounder who moved up to 140, Rayo also just had moved up to 140, and he beat him clearly, outboxed him. So I think he's improved a lot. Gary Antoine Russell, from his pro debut to now, we just see the same Gary Antoine Russell. It seems like he only fights at one speed. He doesn't really know how to fight with defense, moving forward. He kind of is very predictable. Yes, he has a high motor. Yes, he's strong, but he's built kind of low to the ground. He's not doesn't have the longest arms and is not the biggest guy at 140. He comes in at 137, 138 religiously. Like he be giving up weight. That's one thing, Hector Bermudez taught me. Like you don't give up weight. You the fights at 147, 140, you coming at right at the limit. You know what I'm saying? So he's not a big guy. And I'll be honest with you, I think Rayo's gonna knock this guy out. I know Rayo can punch. Edwin told me, believe it or not, that he can punch. And he said his punching power is not to be played with. And we've seen him knock Chris Cobra out cold. And say whatever you want, Chris Cobra's not that good. I mean, Hector Luis Garcia couldn't knock him out, let alone out cold. You know what I'm saying? And he's had all this experience, 12, 10 rounds experience. Gary Russell is a bunch of knockouts. And how much experience has he gotten in those fights? And the one time he stepped up to world class level in Alberto Puello, he had a knockdown that wasn't called. He also got a point taken away. The other fighter in Puello got a point taken away. He still couldn't beat Puello with all that advantage. So I don't think he's that good. And I think Rayo got some pop in them hands. Russell's there to get hit. Rayo's improving. Russell looks the same every single time out. And he gets hit, and Rayo got power. That's just not a good match. And I'm predicting Rayo's gonna win by knockout, man. That's definitely going in my parlay. I'm gonna make some nice money this Saturday. Because I believe Rayo knockout over Russell is a plus 500. Man, that's a steal, man. That is a steal. I'm telling you, that's a steal. And you can parlay it with other things, but that's a safe I don't want to say safe. I don't want to out here, telling people what to do. That's a prediction I'm comfortable with making, assessing what I've seen from both fighters, both in styles and the amount of experience each fighter has. Also, Rayo trains with Robert Garcia. You know what type of sparring he was getting? Virgil Ortiz is over there. I don't know if they spar, but Virgil Ortiz is there. Raymond Murataya is there. I'm sure there's guys from all over California who go to that gym to train and spar, and he's getting quality top work. No disrespect to Gary Antoine, but you know, I just don't think he's getting the quality training that that Rayo is. He has his brother who's his trainer. His brother just became a trainer, and that's no disrespect to him. Now, I'm not saying Gary Russell Jr. can't become a great trainer in the future, but he just doesn't have the experience that a Robert Garcia has in championship fights. You know what I'm saying? So the experience factor is all on Rayo's side, and he's coming in as the champion. And yes, this is Antoine Russell. They serving it up for him. There's 2 back-to-back title shots in a row, but I just think, Gary Antoine just ain't that guy, man. I think he ain't that guy, and I think he's gonna get hurt. I think this Saturday Rayo got that KO. My man Juan de lo Mio sends a $10 super chat. Shout out to my man Juan de lo Mio supporting the channel. I appreciate you, my man. Says, I have to admit, Joel, you were the first one to say that you don't believe the hype with Russell, to think they had him as a boogeyman. Yeah, man, there's certain guys you just see and you go, oh, nah, this is just a plant. This is just, there's some dude they trying to push on us. Nah, man, like I could see through that. I could see through the opponents you were presenting him with, and giving him gift stoppages with Posto and forget the Cuban guy's name, Barthélemy, like giving him gift stoppages to keep the streak going. I know that for a fact. I already saw it. And plus, again, he fights at one speed, does the same thing. And yeah, you strong and yeah, you can fight. But what happens when the person is just as strong and punches as hard and slicker and knows how to counter and uses angles? And like, what happens then? You don't have that kind of tool in your arsenal. Or your plan is just to go and bum rush somebody. Nah, my man. Nah, I think Ryder's gonna stop this guy. That left hand gonna land crisp and clean and consistently. That's my prediction. I think it's that left hand gonna fuck up Gary Antoine. I think that left hand just gonna be landing consistently, and then at one point he's gonna hurt him real bad, and then he gonna stop him. And if fuck around may be early too, it may be in the 4th or 5th round. You never know. You never know, because this guy comes in with a full head of steam, and when you running into power, all you doing is increasing the power that you getting hit with. So yeah, man, I want to say I got Rayo by KO, man. I got Rayo by KO. But let's talk about the main event. You know what's funny? I've been so caught up talking about the Adames fight, talking about the Puello fight. I never even talked about the Tank fight, or my opinion on that. My opinion on that Tank fight, I'll be honest with you, is that Tank needs to fight better people, man. And I'm not saying Lamont Roach is a bad fighter. He's a world champion for a reason. But, I just, nobody is picking Lamont Roach to win this fight. That's just no disrespect. That lets you know how uncompetitive it seems. Now, he may go in there and prove us all wrong. He may go in there, outbox and show us something he's never showed us or Tank before. I don't know, but it's unfortunate that leading into the fight, that's how we seeing it. And no matter what Tank does, Tank can knock this guy out in the first 10 seconds. He's not going to get much credit for this win. And it's unfortunate because I know Tank is talented. I know Tank is a top 5 potential talent. It's just he needs to fight better people. He needs to fight the Shakurs, the Lomachenkos, the Haneys, the De Los Santos, Keyshawn Davis, and and Puello and Subriel Matias, and I'm saying 140 because he's fought in that division before. By the way, he needs to fight just all the guys. T.O. I want to see him in the mix with fighters that we think are good and think they got a chance of beating them. And unfortunately, nobody really thinks Lamont Roach got a chance. It's Unfortunate, but that's just the way it is, man. Shout out to my man Juan de lo Mio. Sends a $5 super chat. He goes, "Are you doing a fight event like you did for Riyadh season?" Uh, I might be going to the fight, so no. To answer your question, nah, I don't think so. I should though. I should, right? Bring a bunch of Dominicans, get them all together. You know, the vibes was right. I sold a bunch of hoodies. Uh, 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 uh. That's definitely a dope. It was a dope experience. It was dope experience, and it was good for me. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the Nobody 92. You trying to fuck up my hustle right now? I'm gonna say you send the super chats like you not the unofficial co-host of the show. Listen, he is the unofficial co-host, but if he sending super chats, bro, don't be on here telling him what to do, man. Let him send them super chats. Yeah, man. But yeah, man. Yo, by the way, any Dominicans? By the way, the link is in the chat if anybody wants to hop on and talk, because I'm all about the smoke. And somebody disagree with my take of Rayo, KO, and Gary Antoine. You could definitely click that link. You know what I'm saying? Definitely click that link. But anyways, any Dominicans going to the Pollo fight? I want to know that. Because if that's the case, I want you to document where y'all sitting, show the flags and stuff like that. Send me those pictures so I could throw up on my IG para que la gente vea que los dominicanos se apoyan. ¿Tú me entiendes? So shout out to y'all, man. If y'all going, man, I want to know who's going. Let me know in the chat, man. And if you are going, are you bringing your DR flag? Talk to me. Yo, circling back to Dominican boxing, y'all know that's why I always circle back. That's my bread and butter. Yo, y'all saw Jan Santana got announced that he's officially signed with Top Rank. Yeah, I already knew because I'm the voice. Come on, man. But it's officially announced now. So now, yo, listen to this. Top Rank got Elvis Rodriguez, Rohan Polanco, Jan Santana, Eldy Cedeno. Yo, they got 4 Dominicans who are like honestly talented enough to possibly become world champion, if not special and pound for pound type. So, yo, all that hard work PBC did with building the Dominican fan base a little bit, and I'm coming of what they did. It looks like Top Rank is going to be the beneficiary of all that work. And it's interesting to see because they've been always associated with not liking Dominicans, not giving Dominicans opportunities, releasing Dominicans after one loss and stuff like that. And now it looks like they packing up the Dominicans. One, they seeing the talent, and let's be honest, we've been selling tickets. Rohan sold some tickets in his last 2 fights in New York. Elvis when he fought Posto in Las Vegas brought a bunch of people from DR to Las Vegas, and he sold tickets over there. So shout out to Elvis. But yeah, man, I think Top Rank is about the wet they beak with Dominican boxing in New York, and I think they're gonna come out with a mouthful. They're gonna be like, whoa, this is a market nobody's tapped into, and we got some special talent, because Rohan, man, the guy got power, defense, has a good trainer. He's dedicated. He has swag. He knows how to talk shit. Y'all see him on the lives, he be talking and shit. Oh, hold on. I got somebody special on, man. I gotta give my man a full introduction right now. Hold on, man. Yo, this guy right here, man, is the unofficial co-host, the guy who's not gonna be sending super chat because now he's live. But my man Juan.
Yo, Joe, you know how you make me feel sometimes? You know how you that guy that's on the bench, and your mom is always saying you're the best player of the team. That's how Joel make me feel. as long as I got my mom supporting me, I'm happy.
Hey, listen, man. Listen,
I can't do
it
nothing
ain't
wrong in
even
this man's eyes, man.
nah. It ain't even me. You saw the chat. People were saying, "Yo, hop on, Juan. It ain't even me. So you can't even say it's me gassing you up. There's other people asking for you to come on. So
Yo, I wanted to give you your flowers before I give you the fire. Because it's something I gotta tell you about yourself, man. Before I tell you about yourself, I'm gonna give you your flowers. Because I'm not a hypocrite. I try not to be a hypocrite. But do you know?
hold on. What did I do?
We're gonna go there. We're gonna go there. But I want to follow the train of thought. You just talking about Jan Santana and the signing over there. I was very proud of that because you have been rooting that kid on before anybody put a lens on him. This guy you was heavily talking about to the point where I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this kid? I never seen this kid being talked about by any other promoter, manager. He's not highly vetted. He wasn't in the Olympic team. What the heck Joel knows? I'm not gonna lie, I was saying that in my thoughts. I wasn't telling you that publicly because I respect you.
I get it. I
But
get it.
man, was you right.
Told you.
Man, listen, if you want somebody to be a prospect talent searcher, pay Joel. Because Joel got an eye.
I appreciate that, my brother. I appreciate that. I really
Dude,
do.
you've been hitting this guy's horn since the beginning.
Yeah, man. Listen. I've told the story before, and I'm gonna tell it again. People go, "Oh, how did you discover him?" I literally came across a clip on Instagram of him getting a knockout, where the guy landed like 2-3 punches to the body. Boom, boom. He went, leaned on the guy, spinned him, put him against the ropes, landed 2-3 vicious body shots, and the guy got knocked out with body shots. From that moment, I said, this kid's a superstar. I DM'd him, requested an interview. Our first interview, the vibe was so right. My brother texted me afterwards. He goes, yo, that kid's a superstar. I already had thought that. By the way, I had never seen when I did the interview, I'd never seen a fight of his. I just saw that clip. And then just the vibe, the vibe we felt from the conversation.
Did you do some grassroots research? Call all the other top talents like you be doing?
No. It was after the interview I did that. But I had already felt what I already felt.
Just off that clip.
It's kind of weird to say. And then when I was calling other guys, they're like, no, Jan Santana un duro. No, Jan Santana con Edwin. Jan Santana esto. Jan Santana con lo otro. And I'm like, okay.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. I remember with Edwin de los Santos, they gave you the heads up. Joel, put some money on him. This guy ain't a slouch.
Carlos Adames made me some money. I ain't even going to lie. Shout out to Carlos, man.
But Joel, you don't see Top Rank just doing co-promotion ventures left and right, signing people left and right. The times that they've done that has been when this guy just dethroned at 130, the Cuban.
Robesi.
He had to do something major in order to get that stamp, that co-signature. Oh, yeah, we're going to co-promote you.
Mm-hmm.
Phil Nicky already has a long track record with PBC, selling tickets here on the East. So guys, Top Rank isn't just going around and do co-promotions with guys unless they see something.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they do their due diligence. And he's coming off 2 great performances in the undercard. So guys, expect major moves from this kid. Because he's at 126. So there's a lot of fights that can be made. 2-6, 130.
No, man. And I'm excited to see him fight like these Mexicans. So a lot of times there's a lot of Mexicans at that weight class at 126. And I think his style with those other guys is just going to make for classic wars. And I think he might be in a fight of the year at least once in his career. He may get a knockout of the year once in his career.
I'm telling you right now, if he was a star, that first fight he had with Top Rank would have been labeled a fight of the year type of fight. If you guys don't know who Jan Santana is, go on YouTube and see that fight he had with what's that kid name?
Brandon Valdez.
with Random Valdez. See how that thing went off, how it started. Started with fire, with spark. I was
Dropped him
like,
in the first
damn,
round.
it's about to end early, Joel.
Yeah, man. Yo, bro, it was like a movie, and the best part of like what I like most about the fight, right? He gets hurt in the seventh round, and I'm like, oh, he should start holding, he should start running. He started fighting more, and then he was getting touched, and he was still fighting, fighting, fighting. Then towards the end of the round, he
He
was
was
getting
hurting
the
him.
better. He was
He
hurting
gave
him.
you everything you wanted to see from a championship fight. He gave you drama. He gave you defense when he wanted to give it to you. Because towards the end, he started boxing more. He gave you exchanges, beautiful exchanges in between shots. Not just when it was appropriate for him to engage, like some fighters do. You got fighters that will engage, but only when they know nothing is coming back. He gave
Mhm.
you everything. Showed you the power. Showed you his resistance. Showed you his stamina, Joel. Everything that you wanted to see in a fight. And then the second fight he had with Top Rank, it
Oh
was
man, he looks
insane.
spectacular. He looks spectacular. He stopped that guy in 4 rounds. It took Navarrete 6, and Navarrete's a two-division world champion.
Battle tested guy.
He just challenged for a world title at 135. This guy was an experienced fighter, and it took him 6 rounds, and it took Yang 4. That just goes to show you just how
I'm gonna give you
nasty
your
this kid is.
flowers, Jordan. I'm gonna tell you right now. And I didn't need to hear this to know this. But how would you feel if I was to tell you that you had a lot to do with those signatures, with those Dominican signs with Top Rank? Would you believe it?
Listen,
I'm not saying those kids are talented.
yeah,
Those kids are talented.
it's hard for me to take credit when they out here taking
Joel,
pub.
you
You
have a
know what I'm
lot to
saying?
do with that. You have a lot to do with that. You had a lot to do with that. The fan base that you're bringing into the sport, the new people that never been to boxing matches, the communities that
Okay,
you're building
I'll
in the
take that.
background.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Joel, you doing something that's unprecedented in this sport.
I'll take that. Yeah, you're right. I don't
You
know.
taking this job of putting Dominican boxing and you picking up that cross and you took it and you're wearing it well. I gotta give it to you, man.
I
You
appreciate
doing
that, man.
you doing an amazing job, man. For those guys that are on the chat, for the communities, those grassroots movements that have been created in the background, we're gonna fill stadiums, man. And it's all because of the
Mm,
great work that this man has been doing, man.
I
And we
appreciate
we
that,
gotta give it to you, man. Before the fire come, I gotta give it to you.
I appreciate that, man. That is good to hear that, my work is being appreciated. Especially you saying that you, in your opinion, you think
I heard some
these
things already. That's all I'm gonna tell
these
you.
these people getting signed because of the work I've done, or hey man, if I'm helping people feed their family, especially a kid who from La Romana, from Santo Domingo, who they're not going to be getting a lot of opportunities. They didn't grow up with a lot of money. So if I'm helping them get a certain kind of bag because of my platform, man, God bless them, man. That's what I'm here for. I do it for the love. I do it for the community, and nah, for sure, man. I love it. I love it. I wish. I don't know. I guess Juan got a call.
I'm right
I
here.
wish Juan. I wish Juan you were there for the Rohan fight, man. We had a good turnout.
Don't say
And
that out loud. A lot of people think I was there already, man. You're giving me bad publicity right now, man.
hey, listen. You know me. I work on the truth. I work on the truth. So,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
I ain't lying for you. He wasn't there. He
I
wasn't
wasn't
there.
there. I dropped that was my first event that I missed. I think I was due one.
Yo no te estaba poniendo presión. I'm just stating facts. I
I'm,
wasn't. I
I'm gonna
wasn't.
tell you one thing though. I can't wait to see Jan in New York, man. I wish
Oh,
this fight was in New York, man. Do you
yeah.
imagine him and Rohan in New York City, man, in the undercard?
Eso viene. Eso
That
viene.
has to come.
That's coming soon, bro. I wouldn't worry, man. I wouldn't worry. I
They just
wouldn't
got to
worry.
do their
That's
job.
coming soon.
Continue to do their job.
Yeah. Yo, but hold on. You gave me all these flowers. You buttered me up. The guys are getting signed because of you. This is a powerful movement. These are all positive things. You said you was gonna come on here and call me out. But like, what's going
Joel,
on?
now it's time to tell you as a friend certain things that I've been noticing. And as a
Yeah, yeah.
friend, we deal with truth. And there's no better truth than when it comes from a friend.
Listen, as long as you being 100% honest, I'm cool. Go ahead, bro.
I've been noticing a little bit lately that you're getting a little bougie. You know
Bougie.
the name is getting popping. You hot in these streets. You hot right now. I see the community. I see when you say I'm here, people pop out. My dude, you have to understand that you're the voice of the people. You're the voice of the Dominican boxers. And you know that we come from extreme poverty. You know that we come from situations where we're not going to be on the mouth of the most bloggers. We're not going to be in the biggest platforms. So you're the microphone.
Hmm.
Tú eres el micrófono del boxeo dominicano. Tú eres la voz del que no tiene micrófono ahora mismo. Y me he dado cuenta que tú has explotado aquí en Nueva York, aquí en esta área local. Y te está poniendo muy bueno, te está poniendo muy bonitillo. Y hay un par de muchachos que no sé si tú te has olvidado de ellos, porque no están sonando ahora, o porque le están poniendo más atención a lo que están subiendo y la noticia del día. Pero la voz del boxeo dominicano tiene que estar al día con todos los peleadores. Tiene que estar al día con Leonel de los Santos. Tiene que estar al día con Manguita. Tiene que estar al día con Michelle Rivera. Tiene que estar al día con todos esos muchachos, porque si tú no lo mencionas, tú me entiendes lo que te quiero decir.
Sí,
Tú
sí, yo
sabes que tú tienes el
entiendo.
poder ahora mismo, que si hay una pelea local, van a
Pero
haber 200, 300 gente ahí.
vamos a
Tú
tocar.
sabes que, tú
Está
sabes que,
bien.
tú sabes que eso es lo que estamos proyectando, no te hagas loco.
Yo sé lo que
Tú
te
ves los
digo.
números como están añadiendo.
Yo sé, pero tú mencionaste tres nombres y vamos a tocar esos temas. Tú mencionaste a Leonel de los Santos, que usted sabe que yo lo considero como un prospecto muy bueno, muy
De
grande,
calidad, de
de
calidad.
calidad, pero lamentablemente no tiene pelea, entonces no hay como para qué hablar. ¿Ve? Yo la tiré una vez y él me dijo como que espera, vamos a esperar que yo tenga una pelea pendiente, pero eso hace mucho y no tiene pelea pendiente. ¿Tú me entiendes? Entonces,
Tú
por eso no.
mismo te estás subestimando. Porque tú eres el hombre que yo conozco, que tú haces una llamada y ya un chamaco tiene una pelea. Entonces, ¿qué es lo que está pasando?
No,
Que
pero él
Joel,
tiene manager, él tiene manager.
él tiene manager, pero tú sabes que yo sé que tú has hecho un par de llamadas. Y han
Sí,
tenido unos
pero
muchachos peleando de una vez, una cartelera.
sí, pero esas son jugadas, no todas las jugadas son las mismas, mi hermano. No, no, esto no es dominó. ¿Tú me entiendes? Es más, es así de dominó, que tú puedes ganar una porque te salió una mano buena. A veces las jugadas no se pueden dar. ¿Tú me
A
entiendes?
veces, no sé, por cualquier situación.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y lo de Michelle Rivera, tú sabes que yo tuve un problema con el papá de él. Entonces yo dije, tú me entiendes, para evitar problemas no voy a hablar de él y ya. No, yo no, aquí no se
Pero
habla
tú
mal
sabes
de
que en esta
Michelle.
casa nosotros queremos muchísimo a Michelle. Tú
Pero
sabes que
yo no,
aquí,
yo no tengo problema con Michelle. Y él mismo sabe que yo no tengo problema con él. Pero yo, para evitar problemas con su papá, yo, tú sabes, lo dejo tranquilo. Pero
bueno, que
yo nunca he
nosotros
hablado
estamos en el
mal de ti.
negocio de vender una imagen, de vender un
Ujú.
público. Si hay algo personal ahí, que eso se quede privado. Al final del día, el muchacho necesita estar hablando de lo
Eh,
que
eh,
está
eh,
pasando en su carrera.
espera. Mándale tú, Juan de lo mío, el capitán de los fanáticos dominicanos. Mándale tú un mensaje a Michelle Rivera ahora mismo.
Yo voy a tener que hacerlo. Yo voy a tener que hacerlo porque el público dominicano es aquí que está.
Ujú.
Nosotros nos identificamos con los peleadores porque ellos salen de la misma pobreza que salimos nosotros. Entonces, ¿cómo es que ellos nos están dando al público? Queremos vernos nuestros peleadores, queremos saber qué es lo que está pasando. Porque como tú sabes, te lo he dicho, tú no sabes qué es lo que puede pasar. Aquí orgánicamente, la gente hablando, intercambiando ideas, pum, 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 mira, espérate, una llamada. El movimiento tiene que quedarse caliente y la gente tiene que quedarse unida, porque dime.
Te quiero hacer una pregunta. Te quiero hacer una
Ujú.
pregunta. Una pelea con Michelle Rivera de estelar. en el Madison Square Garden. ¿Tú crees que vende?
Estelar. Pero Michelle es un nombrecito. Michelle tiene un recordcito que cualquier tigre quisiera.
Yo te estoy haciendo una pregunta y yo no te estoy discutiendo. Te hice
Pero
esa
nadie,
pregunta.
ningún dominicano está haciendo main event ahora mismo, que tú mismo lo sabes. Ni Rohan está haciendo main event ahora mismo. Es uno de los peleadores más calientes que está peleando en Nueva York. Entonces tú no me puedes venir a mí con ese argumento.
No, pero yo no un argumento, yo te estoy haciendo una pregunta. Tú,
No,
tú,
digo, que una pregunta tú me estabas haciendo.
es una pregunta.
Michelle, un nombrecito que cualquier peleador, que cualquier promotora puede poner y va a ser interesante. Y Michelle ahora mismo,
Mira,
obviamente, no
mira,
está
mira.
demandando.
Tú sabes por qué te hice esa pregunta, porque yo te quería preguntar una pelea de Frank Martin y Michelle Rivera de main event en el Madison, en el Little Room. ¿Tú no crees que eso se vende?
Claro,
¿Y qué estamos haciendo aquí, loco? ¿Qué estamos haciendo? ¿Qué estamos haciendo? Vamos a esa vaina.
tú me, tú me entiendes. Porque
Vamos
coño,
a esa jugada.
que Michelle Rivera no vende en el Madison con su gente, con el nombre que le hizo PDC. Tenemos que llamar la atención de esta gente. No podemos bajarle. Tenemos peleadores de buena calidad sentados, coño. Sentados. De buena calidad que le pueden dar. En cualquier día Michelle Rivera le puede ganar cualquiera de las 140. No es el peleador más pegador, no es el peleador que más bueno, pero tiene talento. Tiene un talento que es respetable. Tiene un jab que es respetable. Tiene un boxeo que es respetable. Oh, yo entiendo. Ellos no quieren meter por encima los peleadores que ellos quieren. No, que mira a Rory, no, que mira a este. Michelle es una amenaza y un peligro a cualquiera en la 140. A
Wait,
cualquiera en la 140.
tenemos aquí a Héctor Bermúdez que manda $2 super chat y dice Roan Polanco is co-main event at Madison Square
¡Ay,
Garden.
Dios mío! No, no, no.
Hold on.
¿Qué? Espérate, no, él tiene que entrar.
Él tiene que
Joel,
entrar obligado. Él
él
tiene que
tiene que
entrar.
entrar con esa
Él tiene que
noticia.
entrar. O sea,
Él no puede
coño.
tirar eso hacia lo loco.
No, no. Un
Main
problema.
event, co-main event, un dominicano en Nueva York.
Espera, y si él dice que es co-main event, cuidado si tiene oponente ya nombrado. No
Joel,
sé.
¿qué lado B no va a querer estar main event?
Co-main event.
ESPN,
Co-main event.
co-main event en ESPN. Dime, ¿qué lado B no quiere estar aquí? No
Yo
quiere
lo
ese
que,
viewer.
yo lo que quiero
Para mí que
saber
es un nombre también. Tiene que ser un
con
nombre.
quién, con quién va a ser y quién va a ser el main event.
Ten
Y
cuidado
quiero
si
saber
Torky ten cuidado si Torky le hizo un contrato o algo.
No, 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 no.
Joel, Coleman, viniendo de abril los otros días, como lo tenían el muchacho. Wow, qué noticia. Ustedes ven lo que yo digo, mi gente, que aquí en esta casa, que aquí que llega la noticia. Es aquí. ¿Tú entiendes, Joel, lo que yo te quiero decir?
Mira, I'm gonna start looking for my flight to New York.
Y ese no está hablando mentira. Ese de nosotros.
No,
Ese
ese gata
gata.
cuarto. The Nobody
Wow.
92 sends a $5 super chat. Thank you, my brother. Says, do you feel Dominican fans aren't going as hard for Puello's fight as they were going for Rohan's fight? I think it's a bit complicated, that question, because so you got to understand, Puello, although fighting a title fight, people are more excited for Rohan just period because he's a puncher, and people are looking at Rohan like potential pound for pound future level. He got the swag, he got the ESPN push. He hasn't even got a title shot yet, and he's already gotten this buzz. And Puello, as you know, I think he's super talented. I think he's the best 140. He just is just not he's not fighting a sexy name. He kind of already is what he is in terms of his status. I'm not saying he can't get bigger, because obviously he can if he continues to win. But I just think Rohan's name is a little hotter right now. And I'm pretty sure I haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure he probably got more Instagram followers.
Es el poder de Joel. Sí, Joel. A quien Joel le pone ese micrófono, la gente se vuelve loca. Es falta de Joel, ese es el problema de Joel. La gente nos está volviendo loco por Joel. Porque Joel no está volviéndose loco con esa pelea. Es por
Oye,
eso. Es por eso.
you know what? You know what? That may be true. That may be true. That may be
Eres tú que
true.
no calienta los motores. Eres tú que no acelera a nosotros. No, que ya
Sí.
chatara. No, que Rohan Polanco. Y todo el mundo se emociona. Todo el
Oye,
mundo se
loco.
emociona. Con Puello, tú tienes tanto tiempo diciendo que es bueno ya, que la gente está ya. Es bueno ya, ya sabemos quién
No,
es.
no, no. Tú sabes por qué yo no animé a la gente para juntarnos y ir a la pelea. Es porque, coño,
Esos tickets tan caros, mano.
los tickets tan caros. Y entonces yo no puedo poner de que la cara fresca de que no, que los dominicanos no apoyen porque no gastaron $500 por unos tickets.
$500 para estar escondido en un hoyo. Es verdad,
No,
loco.
no, 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 no. Entonces,
Queremos el
también.
pueblo, no vamos a abusar del pueblo tampoco.
También, tú sabes, yo quería ir como prensa, hacer mi vuelta, buscar mi entrevista con Gervante y con
Joel, si la
Conversación.
gente no te cree, mira a ver cómo está. Enséñanos cómo están esas taquillas. Ahora mismo en vivo, para que la gente vea que no estamos. ¿Cómo están esas taquillas,
Es
Joel?
que no sé ahora
¿No lo han
mismo, pero
subido?
está tan cara. No, como que no la subió.
Sí.
I haven't checked because I'm not buying the ticket. You know, no he
You going
chequeado.
express or you gonna do it? You don't know yet what you're gonna do.
Yo estoy buscando la manera tú sabes, de josear una vaina.
Hacer tu moveo como tú siempre vas. Porque tú siempre vas para prensa como ellos.
Sí, 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 pero tú sabes.
Se
Vamos,
ponen,
vamos,
vamos a ver lo que
vamos a ver,
hacemos.
vamos a ver lo que hacemos, exacto. Vamos a ver
Porque
cómo lo hacemos.
el público te está demandando otro evento, Joel. El público quiere otro evento, entonces tú sabes, tienes que llevarte del público. Porque el público que te tiene ahí no te ponga fino. Te está
No, yo no.
poniendo fino.
Oye, pero fino es que yo quiero estar. Fino significa, fino significa que yo estoy haciendo algo bien, ¿tú me entiendes? Así que,
Recuerda donde tú viniste, Joel, de abajo. No te lo pongan como estos muchachos, como esta gente. ¿Tú me entiendes? Que
oye, pero ven
se
acá, yo
ponen
no,
bacanos y se olvidan de uno. Se olvidan de los pobres.
diablo, estos tickets tan que no hay
Demasiado de
quien le
caro,
mete,
seguro.
nadie le mete un pico a esta vaina. Diablo. Déjame
Yeah.
enseñarte. Yeah, bro. Super expensive.
A ver a Tank con un tigre que es 130. Está loco. It's hard to
¿Qué,
sell
qué?
that fight, bro.
Yeah, mira. Mira el ring donde está y mira estos boletos. ¿Cuánto van a costar? Mira. Espera.
500.
Mira. $600.
Oh, wow. Que tú vas con tu mujer y ya son 1200. A ver, hay que
1200.
llevárselo en 2 rounds.
No, está bien, la undercard está buena, tú me entiendes, yo entiendo todo eso, pero coño, para yo gastar $600,
Sí, está
está
fuerte, ¿no?
pasado, está pasado.
¿Qué pasa?
Oye, Héctor,
Te queremos, Puello, pero
hit
vamos a
that
hacer un
link.
evento. Te vamos a hacer un evento.
No, oye, ¿y tú dónde vas a ver la pelea?
Yo estoy pensando en o formar un evento o irme para el evento tuyo, porque dime, no podemos. Tenemos que hacer algo, no nos podemos quedar sentados.
No, yo no voy a
Una
hacer evento.
barbería, una Habana. Tú
Ah,
sabes que cuando la voz dice aquí
eh,
es, tú sabes que todo el mundo va con su bandera.
no, yo sé,
Tú
yo estoy,
sabes.
y yo estoy puesto para el coro y todo, pero en este evento yo voy como prensa, voy a buscar mi trabajo, tú sabes,
No, tú tienes que
entonces,
hacer lo que tienes que hacer. Haz lo que
sí,
tú
sí,
tienes que
sí.
hacer. Haz lo que tienes que hacer.
Yo lo que quiero saber es quién Rohan Polanco va a pelear en el Madison, de co-main event. Eso es lo que yo quiero saber.
Dile a Bermúdez que entre, que no quiero. Ya de su
Hit,
llamada.
hit
Que
that
no, que nos
link, brother.
calientó. He's teasing us right now. That's what he's doing.
I'm a Texas ass too. Para que no diga de que no, I got off the live. I
O
didn't see what
Rohan
you
va a
were
tener que
saying.
meterse. O Rohan mismo. Co-main event. Hay oponentes, yo creo ya. Ten cuidado por el campeonato. ¡Ay, santo! ¡Ay, Dios mío! ¿Te imaginas? Ellos tienen que decir eso rápido, Joel, porque tenemos que comenzar
No,
más. Tú sabes.
no, yo dudo que sea por un campeonato, pero estoy
Yo,
curioso
in
con
English,
quién.
we just found out that Rohan Polanco is going to be at a co-main event fight. His next fight. And for us, that's major, knowing where he came from.
I want to know if it's on the eve of the Puerto Rican Day Parade or what's the situation. That's what I want to know. Or
That's what I
is it
want to know.
if it's its own event with something else or what? I don't know
I
because
didn't
the main
expect this,
event.
Joel.
Comey, no, I didn't expect that. I
I
did
didn't even
expect that.
expect him to be on the ESPN portion.
The
They're
thing
about
is,
to, they're about
he's
to
moving.
launch him.
He's moving so good and so quick.
You can't keep hiding him.
You can't. Like at some point, you got to step him up. He's just destroying everybody. That last guy's first fight, 47, dusted him in two. Like,
And I'm happy that Top Rank finally is trying to it's stopped a little bit of the scar of trying to shove a guy down your throat. Stop trying to shove a guy down the throat that we can tell is clearly not that talented. Thank you for having Ali opening up the car where he belongs. Where he belongs. Let's just be honest, man.
and he lost.
And he,
He lost his last fight. And
my
and and,
guys.
and by the way, I'm not making fun of him.
No,
I'm
we're
just
not.
saying.
We're not. But
I'm
this,
just saying, like when you got you can't have a fighter like that ahead of Rohan. You know what I'm
come
saying?
on, man.
But they getting it right. I think eso cocotazo, they learning the hard way.
It
Yo,
doesn't make sense financially for you to be doing that for a guy that's not gonna. That guy has to fight good guys eventually.
yeah.
And you
Mhm.
constantly, when you should be showing the real talent you got.
No, and Rohan, Rohan is a golden ticket, brother. He is a
I think
golden
he's the
ticket.
one, Joel. I think he's gonna be the one to come out
Mhm.
of Top Rank and be, because Top Rank know how to turn them into a star. They don't know how to keep them, but they know how to turn them. And that's
Yo,
what we want. We need that.
we need a star or two, bro. I think I'm not satisfied with just one. We need one or two.
But once we have one, they'll throw the two right under him in the undercard.
Yeah.
Le llegaste.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Oh,
imagine another card with Elvis, LD, Young, and Rohan again.
oh
That would
man,
be
I'm letting you know right now. If there was a time for the Dominicans, especially the Dominicans that are with Top Rank, to be as sharp as they could be on fight day, now is the time.
yo.
Because the chips are moving.
Let's talk about Elvis Rodriguez. So Elvis Rodriguez, his buzz is down. Like a lot of people not liking what they seeing from him in his last fights. A lot of people have been criticizing just
It's just
his
difficult, man. It's difficult
yeah.
to see this, man. It is.
Listen, I still got faith in Elvis Rodriguez. At one point, I said he was gonna be like how I feel about Rohan. That was at one point how I felt about Elvis.
And guys, we have to understand why we're saying the things that we're saying. Our guy is still winning his fights. But
Hmm.
for you to, when you're Dominican, you just can't be. You gotta be a. It's like you gotta. Tenemos que, when you're Dominican, you have to do very well.
Yo lo que yo no quiero ver a Elvis Rodríguez con ese entrenador ya. Yo lo quiero ver con Héctor Bermúdez, con Joan Guzmán, con Ismael Salas, yo lo quiero ver con otro entrenador y lo digo con respeto.
Because we want to see progress. We want to see
Yeah,
progress.
I want to see progress, bro. It's like at some point, like if you keep doing what I don't like that of what you're doing, I want to see you with somebody else who's going to correct that. And the guys I just mentioned are good trainers. I didn't. A lot of people, yeah, I got a great relationship with Joanne, and I want people to train with him. But I'm also acknowledging that Hector Bermudez is a great trainer. Salas is a great trainer. There's other great trainers, and I think ya lo que Freddie Roach le iba a enseñar, le enseñó ya. He needs to go somewhere else and learn a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Casi todos los peleadores a terminar su carrera tiene dos, tres entrenadores, no solo uno. So,
All I'm saying is that it needs to be more urgency in that camp. Tiene que haber más urgencia en ese campamento,
I'll tell you
en
this
ese
much.
equipo. Porque este es el tiempo. Este es el tiempo que estábamos esperando.
I'll tell you this much. Él va a pelear con Lindolfo Delgado.
Ay, papito, es una pelea buena.
Y yo creo que él lo va a noquear. En el séptimo, en el octavo, por ahí lo va a noquear. Porque ese tigre no
Espérate,
es
Joel,
tan.
pero tú estás hablando como
Él no
Lindolfo
está bueno.
muerto.
Él no tan bueno
Lindolfo no es muerto, Joel.
no como lo están vendiendo. Así como lo de Gary Russo, que yo te dije que ese tigre no es de nada. Te estoy diciendo que Lindolfo Delgado tampoco es de nada.
¿Cómo le gana Elvi a un muchacho que tiene buen pegada como ese muchacho?
Él se
Y,
va a confiar de su pegada y el juego de Elvis es contra golpeo. Y si tú vienes a noquearlo, es lo que te va a contragolpear. Y, y él pega duro también, tira buenas
¿Cuándo
combinaciones.
esa pelea, Joel?
Creo que el 8 de abril, I
Mi
think.
gente, vienen pelea buena entonces. Tenemos apoyo este weekend. Tenemos a Jan Santana el mes que viene.
Ujú.
Después a Elvis el mes que viene después de ahí. Entonces, el calendario va a estar bacano
Es
estos
que,
próximos meses.
no, no, ha sido bacano, loco, y estoy muy feliz con lo que he estado viendo de nuestro dominicano últimamente. Y creo que este sábado con Pollo peleando va a seguir. Igual
Los hermanos
con
Cedeño también van a pelear.
el 15, sí, el 15 de marzo creo que pelea Eury. Y el 18 de abril creo que pelea Endry. Así que, tú me entiendes, esto es para pelear. Y nuestro dominicano estamos representando toda la plataforma. Últimamente vimos a Carlos Adames en The Zone, que The Zone parece que no le gusta a los dominicanos, pero lució bien, le robaron la pelea, pero tú sabes, el que vio la pelea sabe quién ganó.
Gracias a Dios que no
Eh,
le quitaron ese título. Ahí va a estar feo, era.
Gracias a Dios, loco. Bro, I was at that bar, man. I was tight.
A ellos les conviene que no se la quitaron porque iba a haber una gran. Iban a perder a lot of future fights because fighters will be like, listen, he's going to pay me, but to take my title, I'm not going over there, bro. I'm not going over there. Para que me
Oye,
quiten mi título.
¿viste lo de Nagüita en Instagram llamando a Luis Neri?
No significa nada si la voz no está atrás de él. Si la voz no
Oye,
está atrás de él, calentando los
pero
micrófonos.
eso salió hoy, papi. ¿Qué es lo que es
Sí, pero
contigo?
¿cuándo es la última vez que tú has hablado de Manguita, que le ha dedicado un show a Manguita? La voz del boxeo dominicano, un tigre invicto, un tigre que la tiene, un tigre con boxeo, un tigre que se mueve bien, que pega. ¿Cuándo es la última vez que la voz del boxeo dominicano le ha dedicado un segmento a
Yo, yo,
Manguita? Tiene
yo he
que darte
hablado,
vergüenza.
yo he hablado de él, pero mira, a todas las personas que tú mencionas, ellos han tenido problemas fuera de ring. Nagüita tuvo muchos problemas de manager. Y yo cuando le pedí entrevista me decía que él no puede hablar, que cuando la situación está bien, hacemos una entrevista. Ahora que ya esos problemas de manager se acabaron y él ahora está llamando nombres, tú sabes que a mí me gusta cuando los boxeadores llaman nombres. Ahora estamos hablando de yo hacer una entrevista con él este sábado. ¿Tú me estás entendiendo? Y yo soy
Eso tiene
así.
que manejarse porque un chamaquito con el
No, pero
talento que él tiene, que ha peleado en Showtime, que ha peleado para PBC, con 2,000 seguidores, eso como que a mí no, como que no me cuadra bien a mí. La
no,
imagen
pero
pública que no se está vendiendo, hay algo que está pasando ahí. Un
mira,
el equipo
la
tiene que
gente,
trabajarlo, ese muchacho.
La, la gente tiene que estar consciente que a veces si tú no ves un boxeador aquí es porque él mismo no está haciendo la bulla. Mira, él mismo hoy hizo el llamado de Luis Neri, mira cómo yo estoy hablando de él en el programa.
Eso
¿Tú
es
me
lo que
entiendes?
estamos diciendo. Si tú por
Yo
lo
no
menos
puedo
no estás
ser todo
peleando.
solo. Ellos mismos tienen que promoverse, ellos mismos tienen que llamar su pelea. ¿Tú me estás entendiendo?
Pero yo
Entonces,
quiero que tú me hables un poquito de eso, porque tú has estado en situaciones, en la cual, en circunstancias, no sabes, coño, no te están dando la cosa. Pero tú tienes una confianza que yo soy bro de Joel. ¿De dónde viene eso? Porque estos muchachos necesitan eso. Hay a veces que tú no ves 7, 8 meses un tigre que no tiene un post y una figura pública. Dile,
eh,
Joel, ¿de dónde tú sacas eso? De seguir para adelante, de seguir promoviéndote. Porque necesitan un poquito de consejo.
sí, primeramente, no es fácil, entonces no quiero como decir que es fácil. A veces uno tiene que buscar un guaremate y decirle, oye, tú eres que me va a tirar la foto, tú eres que me va a dictar los videos, mira, te voy a dar este chenchito, te voy a pagar, ¿tú me entiendes?
Tú vas
También,
a subir conmigo, ven, que te voy a traer
¿tú me
conmigo.
entiendes? En todo lo que tú trabajas te va a dar resultados. Si tú no estás trabajando en las redes no te va a dar resultados. ¿Tú me estás entendiendo? Entonces, y uno también tiene que ser consciente que él está reproduciendo view, que likes, comentarios, y envasarse de ahí. Lo de las redes no es fácil, especialmente un boxeador que está fajado en gimnasio, loco. Tú sabes lo que es correr 5 millas. Tú lo que te quieres es bañar y acostarte. ¿Me entiendes? Y esa, no, que vamos a tirar una foto, que vamos esto, que vamos lo otro.
Pero siempre hay un chamaquito que te está mirando, un
Por eso,
fanático, una persona al
por
lado
eso yo
tuyo,
digo, porque es un
que te agarra,
chamaquito.
que tú le dices, mira, agárrame eso y te lo agarra. Mira,
Ujú.
con todo el placer, mi hermano. Yo me recuerdo una vez que yo miré, Edwin estaba al lado mío, Edwin de los Santos, y yo lo miré a él. ¿Sabes lo que yo le dije? Le di una mirada profunda. ¿Sabes esa mirada? Como que, loco. Y oye, que yo no veo mucho, pero yo creo que tenía un traguito encima. Yo le dije a él, loco, yo creo que estoy al lado de Michael Jordan ahora mismo.
Mm.
Y cuando yo le dije eso, yo sentí toda la palabra que yo le dije a él. ¿Por qué? Porque estos son los muchachos que nosotros admiramos de nuestro país. Que cuando suben a un ring a arriesgar su vida, están subiendo nuestra bandera, Joel. Y eso trae orgullo. Uno se identifica. Más porque nosotros somos inmigrantes también, que hemos migrado para acá, para este país, muchos de nosotros. ¿Tú me entiendes? Y sabemos el sacrificio. Y a los muchachos que no tienen la toalla, que muchas cosas se están moviendo en el boxeo, sigan tirando para adelante, que la oportunidad va a venir, pero tiene que estar preparado cuando la
Yo,
oportunidad venga.
yo lo que le digo es que el que, como el dicho, el que no habla no mama, algo así, no me sé el dicho, pero
El que no lo va a
no, porque mira a Edwin se puso a llamar a esa pelea de Shakur, tú hiciste tu vainita con él en las redes,
Aunque
se vio
estaban ok,
bacán.
estamos en el coro, en el movimiento. Nosotros te llamamos a ti, tú no das video, mi hermano, si no tenemos grandes promotores, si no tenemos televisión, si no tenemos todos los recursos que tienen estos boxeadores saliendo de los Juegos Olímpicos, nosotros tenemos que ser la gente que nos llamamos nosotros la misma atención, ¿tú me entiendes?
Dice, el que no grita no mama, es el
Oye, así
dicho.
que
Sí, yo sé, no se me olvidó el dicho, y
como se
es algo
refiere a un
así.
niño gritando que no le da la tetera,
Ujú,
seguro, sí.
ujú.
Sí,
Ok,
sí, es
aquí
verdad.
tengo the Nobody 92 que manda $5. Shout out to the Nobody 92 for the $5 super chat. He says, I saw in the chat someone said Cesar Seda said Yang could fight Frenzy Fortunato. What do y'all think about that? Um, as far as I know, Frenzy Fortunato fights at 130 and Jan Santana fights at 126. So I don't know why he would
Hay
suggest
un
that fight.
problema lo que está pasando y
But
tú sabes,
yeah.
yo porque te lo dijeron behind the scenes. Te dijeron que, y entiendo por qué. Ahora mismo, oponente para Jan Santana se está poniendo un chin complicado. Esa mano
Mm,
que tienes el chamaquito y cómo la
loco,
está pegando. Hay mucha gente que no quiere subir para el ring ahora mismo con él.
no, pero él quiere subir de nivel ya rápido. Ganó prospecto del año por el WBO.
Wow.
Y tú me entiendes que la gente cree en su talento y él está en eso. Él
Yo
está
no
en el
quería que iba a pasar tan
sitio de él.
rápido, Joel. I didn't think it was going to be this fast for him, though. Así, pam, pam, dos peleas, ven, firmado. Vamos a ponerte a batear.
Es que si tú viste esas dos peleas, cualquiera te firma. ¿Tú me entiendes?
Coño,
Coño,
sí.
una pelea donde you look fucking exciting. Cuando tú,
Fenómeno.
esa fue una pelea, pum, 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 back and
Es
forth.
más, yo voy para la casa a verla otra vez. Yo la he visto como 10 veces esa pelea, yo creo.
¿Tú sabes cuál pelea yo vi hoy? Yo vi la de Roan, la última.
La última.
Eh,
Yo la he visto 20
y,
veces, yo creo, esa ya.
y cuando en un momento cuando se para Giancarlo Torres y le están haciendo el conteo, tú me veías a mí atrás con la bandera. You see me in the background. You see me there with the jersey on. You see what I
Así
was
yo,
wearing.
in the corner, in the corner.
Yeah, yeah,
Toda
yeah.
esa área se estaba moviendo.
¿Tú me entiendes? Eso era
Y esas son las
dominicano
cosas
puro.
que cuando Zafran y la gente de ellos ven la pelea, esos mismos detallitos, ellos lo ven. Ellos ven eso, Joel. Ellos ven el apoyo. Y si es Cuba, ven, prepárate. Prepárate porque ahí va a haber fuego.
Oye,
Ahí va a estar el capitán, tú sabes.
uh,
Coleman. Yo, I think we're bringing more than 200 people. Lo dije yo. Si no me diga capitán. More than 200 people. Co-main event in New York.
I think we can get 500. I think we
Five.
get 500.
Diantre,
I think
mira.
I think we can. I think we
So
can.
you saying we're going to do the work. Vamos a hacer
Yo,
trabajo.
vamos a hacer trabajo y vamos a hablar de lo mucho que Broadway Joel ha crecido.
Sí, pero ellos tienen que venir para acá a dar información también. Porque el Bermúdez se hizo loco. Se hizo
No, no,
loco Bermúdez.
no se hizo loco. Él me mandó un mensaje. Él me mandó un mensaje y me dijo que actualmente le está entrenando un boxeador. Mira la hora que es, de lo trabajador que es.
Fajao.
Entonces, él me dijo que no puede, pero no, tú sabes que ese de nosotros, que uno de estos días le entra y da esa primicia aquí. ¿Tú
Y
me
eso es lo que
entiendes?
me gusta, Joel, que tú formas bonitas relaciones con el equipo también alrededor del peleador. Y eso es
Sí,
algo que a veces es muy difícil manejar, porque tú sabes, diferente carácter, diferentes
sí, porque
situaciones.
te recuerdas cuando Bob Santos tenía casi todos los dominicanos y yo me llevaba bien con él, ¿tú me entiendes? Y
No,
sigo llevándome bien con él. Oye,
eso es tu verbo judo. Eso es bueno manejarlo siempre.
tengo alguien me acaba de mandar un mensaje sobre el oponente de Jan Santana. Eh,
¿Cómo?
no he confirmado, pero es una fuente, a very reliable source. I haven't confirmed it, but it's a
¿Y tú
very
lo vas a tirar
reliable.
públicamente? Wow, espérate.
Es que, bueno, Emma,
Está
that's
caliente.
a good, let me ask. No, I think I could talk about it publicly. I
Dilo,
don't see why.
lo voy a tirar para adelante.
Lo voy a tirar, él sabe, olvídate de
Él
eso.
sabe lo que hay ya,
Si él me lo manda cuando yo estoy live para que lo ponga.
para que lo ponga.
Ok, mira, tengo aquí a Alexander Espinosa, 23-6-3 with 8 KOs, so he's not a puncher.
Eso es lo que chocamos nosotros, que venga.
He just had a draw with an undefeated fighter in Carlos Gonzalez, and he just beat an undefeated fighter in Gustavo Rivera Rio. So,
Es bueno, es bueno. 26-6.
sí,
Mira los peleadores que le están tirando allá. Look at the
un,
fighters that they throwing at these
un
guys.
tigre con mucha experiencia,
That's what we
mucha
tell you.
pelea.
The Dominicans, we gotta be dogs. Because they're not building our records like a
He's
like
gone.
a
He's gone 11 rounds before. Because sometimes the WBA does that in other countries. They'll have 11-round fights.
How do you feel about that, Joel? That your
11.
Dominicans, they say no, we throwing them into the fire right away.
I mean, I wouldn't say this guy is exactly throwing them into the fire because the
How many
guy
knockouts?
he's 20. He has 23 wins, 8 knockouts. So he's not.
Okay, the power's not crazy.
You know what's funny? I think they gave him 2 tough fights when he wasn't officially signed to them. Now that he's officially signed to them,
Vamos a cuidarlo un poquito.
let's
Viste que
introduce
hay
him to the
planes.
public.
Hay planes con el muchacho. Do you know some of the details? How many fights?
It's hold on, let me answer the nobody's question. He says that's Jan's next opponent or Rohan? That's Jan's next opponent. Jan's next opponent. I hope that's not Rohan. I didn't even check the weight. Hold on. Let me check his weight. Yeah, it's Jan's next opponent. Bugging out. Got me nervous out here. Yeah, hold on. Let me read the Nobody 92's $2 super chat. Says Frenzy is a natural 126. He went up to 130 for the money. Nah, he's had multiple fights at 130. And I don't think he can. Let me look. Before I lie to you, let me look that up.
Yo,
Yo, ¿qué lo que?
no, I know I seen you. You good? I just got out. So I'm gonna call you back.
No, hablamos. All right. So yeah, let me look up Frenzy Fortunato's weight for his last few fights. Yeah, I guess he last made 126 and a half 3 years ago. So, but he's only fought 3 times since then. He fought once in 2022, once in 2023, and once in 2024. I don't know, man. I don't think he can make 130, to be honest with you. Pero no. Hold on one second. Joel, Jan Santana y Chuchu Carrington, ahora que son de las dos promotoras. Sí, sí, sí. Esa pelea, esa pelea yo quiero verla. Yo quiero verla. Y no creo que se dé ahora. Se va a dar ya cuando le suben el nombre a Jan Santana, porque el nombre de, de, de Chuchu en Nueva York ya está ahí. El nombre de Jan Santana está creciendo poco a poco y él todavía ni ha peleado en Nueva York, pero cuando él trae esa vibra, va a estar debajo de Roan en la cartelera. Vamos a poner que ya cuando Roan es campeón, él va a ser coestelar. Todo ese reguero de dominicanos que van a estar allá para apoyando a Roan van a apoyar a Jan Santana. Y cuando ellos vean eso, ahí hacen la pelea con el Chuchu. Le falta un chin para esa pelea. Falta como 3, 4, hasta cuidarse a 5 peleas cada uno para promoverla bien. Yeah, man. But yo, let me put the link back in the chat if anybody else wants to hop on. But see my man, he looks like he just got into work. I put the link in the chat. But yo, the topic of discussion, we kind of got off into a Spanglish, you know, conversation, strictly Dominican boxing. As that's what most of this channel is about. But I originally started this live to talk about Rayo knocking out Gary Antoine Russell. And if anybody wants to talk about that, that link is there, man. I'm ducking no smoke. Because people saying I'm bugging for that pick. Aquilito el Cananción. Para mí, los mejores boxeadores del mundo son los dominicanos, a pesar de no tener ayuda del gobierno. Okay. Joel, wasn't De Los Santos fighting in March? Looks like he isn't on the Fundora undercard. Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on with Edwin's career. I'm very disappointed. I think he has the most raw talent out of all the Dominicans, but through injuries and I don't know. I don't want to talk too much, but been very disappointed at what's happened of his career after after his recent loss. Joel, Zan Desires no le gana ni a Fondura ni a Virgil Ortiz. Estoy de acuerdo, mi hermano. En verdad, yo no creo mucho en Zan Desires. Yo no creo mucho, en verdad. How do you see a future fight with Yang and Shushu? Wow, I see that fight. I see that a king making moment for the winner. And I think Yan Santana will be the winner. I think he hits harder. I think he's tougher. I just don't believe, Shushu's willing to go through that fire to get up on the other side. What I will say is though, he does have sudden knockout power where there's some fights where I'm like, damn, it don't look like he's hitting at all. He's not sitting down his punches. But then there's other fights where I see him knock somebody out cold. I'm like, so Yan Santana does get hit. So that is something I would want him to worry about. But I just think Yan Santana is hungrier, is more aggressive, is tougher, is bigger, stronger. I think he's a meaner fighter. I would favor Yan Santana. And also, Yan Santana has had his eye on him since now. Like, if Shushu told me, he's like, I don't even know who's Yan Santana. If he said that to me, I would believe him because he's only had 2 fights on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? So he probably ain't even see it. It's like, I don't even know who that guy is. While one guy is studying you from 10 fights into his career, by the time he gets there to fighting you, he already studied you. He already knows what the game plan is while you trying to figure him out now. Also, he has the confidence that his countryman and Leonel de los Santos cooked Shushu in the amateurs. So, he's very confident with that. So that's how I see that fight. Norman Jume le comenta las publicaciones a Roan y todos no saben que Roan va atrás de la carcería. No sé qué es eso, carcería. Mi español yo todavía lo estoy trabajando, mi hermano, y todavía lo estoy trabajando. Pero no, yo no he escuchado a Norman Jr. hablar de Roan Polanco, pero no, yo estoy muy, muy confiado muy confiado que Rohan Polanco le gana a Norman Jr. Norman Jr. is like tailor made for Rohan counters. Todo eso contragolpeo que le llega a Rohan a Norman Jr. Está loco. 2025, 2026, the year of Dominican boxing takeover. Yo, let's talk about that, man. Yo, I dead ass think we're gonna take over, man. I think this is the year 2025 where we make a statement. You know what I'm saying? Where we really are big players in boxing, where people have to turn and be like, yo, he Dominican. Hold on. Let's see. I think this is the year. You know, we got Puello fighting tonight. I mean, excuse me, Saturday night. You know, he beat Sando Martin. On the betting line, it is a 50-50 even fight. So he beats him. That should raise his stock a little. And then he'll face the winner of Rayo versus Antoine Russell. Russell, he already beat. So if they unify there, he could beat them. And also, if Tank decides to move up and he looks at him as an easy fight, that could be an opportunity where he fights Tank. So that's already two really good options for him if one of them fall through. Unless they fight each other, then at that point, you know, we'll see where he goes from there. But yeah, I believe he has another mandatory in Dalton Smith, which another fight he should win. Carlos Adames, he just got a draw. You know, unfortunately, we all thought he won, but that was a bad decision. I could see him, you know, I could see him fighting Janabek next and unifying and having 3 belts in the middleweight division. I could definitely see that. So that's what could happen with him. Edwin, we'll see what happens when he comes back. Elvis, if he wins a knockout, if he gets a knockout like I'm predicting over Lindorfo Delgado, takes a big step up in the rankings and takes a big step up just in the boxing world. You know, who else we got? Who else we got? Yan Santana just signed with ESPN. I mean, with Top Rank. So did Eldy Cedeno. Eldy Cedeno is actually fighting for a title eliminator or one of the WBA Latinos or something very soon. So there's that, you know, and then there's again Yan Santana, who's just signed with Top Rank, and it looks like he's gonna want to go out here and make a statement with his power punching and his exciting style and you know, and his possibly big American New York fan base, you know, considering the Dominican fan base is growing at a rapid rate. Then there's who else? Naguita calling out Neri. He fuck around, get the fight and beat him. He took a major step up too. So I think 2025 is the best year of Dominican boxing that we're gonna have. 2026 is just gonna be reaping the benefits of what happened in 2025. But I think this year, 2025, is when Dominican boxing really shows up and is like, nah, this is like our show. This is where we're gonna be running shit. Like for real. Like I used to say Dominicans run boxing. I'm gonna make a shirt like that. And I never made it just because I never felt like we were running boxing or we were going to. Now I really feel like we about to run boxing. Like I really do feel that way. I do think Adames is the best 160. I think Puello's the best 140. You know, Rohan, man, that guy got talent. He could fuck around, be the best 147 if, you know, but we got to see him against the competition. But I'm just saying what we've seen, he has that kind of potential. Yan Santana for the WBO and for this channel won Prospect of the Year last year. So if you win in Prospect of the Year, meaning there's a lot of prospects, you know what I'm saying? And out of all of them, we see you as the best one. So let's see what that comes about it. You know, and yeah, man, this is exciting stuff. This is very exciting stuff. Wasn't the guy who gave Abdullah Mason his first knockdown? Wasn't he Dominican? Yes, he was Dominican, and he gave him his first 2 knockdowns too. You know what I'm saying? Not just the first knockdown, he gave him his first 2 knockdowns. Oh man, Joel, sería una buena pelea para Jan Santana versus and Michael Angeletti. Yeah, that would be a great fight. Eso sería una pelea muy buena, sí. Que está número 12 del mundo. Sí, sí. No, y Angeletti es bueno. Angeletti es bueno, así que no una pelea que no, que tú entres y que tú haces tu trabajo y lo noqueas. No, no, uno hay que buscársela ahí. Un boxeador inteligente. Pero no, me gusta esa pelea, me gusta esa pelea. esa pelea yo la quiero ver con más tiempo, más tiempo, no ahora, no ahora. Bueno, si se da ahora, se da ahora, pero yeah. Will you be shout out to the Nobody 92 with a $5 super chat, my man. Truly appreciate you, my man. Will you be doing behind the scenes footage at Rohan Gym again for his next fight? I'll be honest with you. I think I'm gonna take a trip out there once a month or something, just for the fans. Yeah, like every time I go out there, I get really good footage. My relationships with Hector and Rohan get a little bit stronger. I've met some other guys there. Shout out to my man Thomas, who out there, who's another boxer I want to feature on this channel, so y'all could get to know him. Kurt Scooby, I love that dude, man. That dude is very focused, and I love his mentality, and I love the way he carries himself. So I want to introduce him more to the channel. Yeah, and there's other fighters there, man. There's nothing but good vibes over there. Yo di pela ya cuando yo fui jugando dominó. Yo le di dos tres pelas ya en el gimnasio de Roan. Que hasta una Capicú, un paso redondo con Capicú, yo la terminé y eso está grabado. Eso está grabado. Eso en my Instagram. Yo fui allá dando pelas dominó, unos boricos que son de los míos, los boricos, pero yo le dije, oye, si los dominicanos se sientan aquí, no los paran. Y yo y Roan, vamos a jugar una mano con Roan. Para terminar, juego un paso redondo con Capicú. Así que tú me entiendes. I plan on going to that gym more often, man. I plan on going to that gym more often, and for sure. Do you think Puello will have issues versus Sandor? Sandor is tricky, and I've never seen Puello fight a pure boxer. Nah, man, Puello got a lot of amateur experience. He sparred, Hector Luis Garcia, who had a ton of amateur experience, and I think he'd be all right, man. He's seen all those styles, man. Plus, he trains in Vegas and Ismail Salah's gym. He's like, what you telling me? He's a better pure boxer than these Cuban guys he's been sparring with all the time. You know what I'm saying? Watching people spar, having a Cuban guy teach him how to fight a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see him having issues, to be honest with you. This may not be the most exciting fight, but I'm not going to say it's because of Sandor, because in the Russell versus Puello fight, that was exciting. Akhmadov Puello fight, that was exciting. So I don't see him having issues, to be honest with you. I don't. The trip is about 3 hours, bro. Anything for Dominican boxing, though. You know what I'm saying? But it depends what time you leave. If you leave at a certain time, it's not that bad, the commute. But but fellas, no sé si ustedes saben, no es solo Juan de los Míos que puede hablar. Todo el que quiera hablar conmigo, hit that link in the chat, man. Ya can hop on, ask a question, vibe out. Tell me why I'm right that Rayo's gonna knock out Antoine Russell. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for sure, man. But man, Edwin, man, that's so frustrating with Edwin, man. I want to see him back in the ring, but it's like this motherfucker. It just can't. It can't catch a break, man. I don't know, man. I want to see him back in America training. I want to see him in a honestly, I want to see him in a tune-up fight. I don't even want to see him in a serious fight. That's probably not how it's gonna work out, considering how little dates PBC got. But yeah, it's interesting, man. Nobody 92 says, "What's your thoughts on Yoenis Tellez versus Julian Williams on the undercard?" I don't know, man. I think Julian Williams should retire a little bit. I'm just being honest with you. I think Julian Williams, you had your career. You took a lot of shots throughout your career. That was a brutal beating he took to Jason Rosario. He got touched up hard by Adames. There's other fights he took some punches in, and I think he made his money, man. But hey, man, Yoenis Tellez is a really, really good fighter on the come up prospect. I want to say, if he fucks around, knock this prospect off, let's see where that puts him in position. I don't think he can do it, but hey, man, I've been wrong before. Ain't no reason why I can't be wrong now. He got experience, and yeah, I may look at him as a shot fighter, but if he's not looking at himself as a shot fighter, who am I to, who am I to question that? Shout out to Juan de la Cruz, who says Rayo style has changed a lot. Yeah, it has changed a lot. Using angles and using his shoulders and using his feet. And it's ironic because he went to train with Robert Garcia, and Robert Garcia is known for having that Mexican style, more of a come forward fighter that he would teach. And it's kind of like he went over there and he developed his footwork and athleticism with him. So like, man, I was like, oh shit, like I was not expecting that, especially in the Pitbull fight. I was expecting him to bang it out with him. You know what I'm saying? But he boxed and boxed beautifully. And there's a difference between running and boxing. A lot of times, no, él está corriendo, él no está corriendo lo que está haciendo su voceo. ¿Tú me entiendes? Not everybody got the same style. We got to respect styles. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying allow people to openly run, but if a guy's boxing still countering and throwing punches, then yeah, man, let's see that. Let's see that. Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. That's a good point. That's that Bam influence. You know what? That may be right. That may be right. He may be seeing what Bam Rodriguez is doing. I forgot is Robert Garcia who trains. He may be seeing what Bam doing and going, I could do that. Yo, can you teach me how to do that one move? Or he might be seeing him spar and just going, like I said, I can do this. No, I can't do that. I could do that. And just taking of what he can and can't do, trying things in the gym against top quality sparring like Raymond Murataya and Virgil Ortiz and all these other guys. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. How was that moment being at the J Rock Adames fight? I remember you went there. Can you break down that moment? Uh Yeah, nah, yeah, Adames definitely was destroying his body. First of all, I appreciate you for the super chat. I really do, my brother. Yeah, that moment it was a bit frustrating for me because I felt like Adames could have got him out of there early, but he was just kind of rushing in there. He wasn't really respecting J Rock, and he just kind of went in there. Once I land my punches, I'm gonna knock this guy out, which he eventually he did, to be honest. But I felt like if he would have went in smarter and more careful and more with a game plan, he could have got him out of there early. But I also thought the stoppage was a bit early. I think he would have eventually got the stoppage, so that's nitpicking hairs. But he got the stoppage, and I wasn't too thrilled about the stoppage. I feel like I even asked to interview the referee. He told me no. I was like, "Oh, you mind giving me an interview?" He's like, "No." And everybody was like, "Oh, okay." I just walked away. You take your L's and you take your W's. That was an L for me. But yeah, man. That's how I felt in that moment. Shout out to Hector Bermudez with a $2 super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. He says Russell is trash in Valenzuela. Easy bet. Nah, brother. I would love to for you. I know you're busy right now, but I would love to hop on for you to hop on and debate me with that. You talk about when you go around people, you start teaching you. I'll teach you some shit today. You come on this channel, you dare click that link. I would teach you something. You would, and then because what I like about if you was to hop on right now, it would be something recorded. This is live, so this is just gonna be here recorded, and then after the fight, we could have the conversation about this conversation. But I'm telling you right now, Rayo Valenzuela is knocking out Gary Antoine Russell. Left hand. Remember, I said that. Left. This hand. Left hand is going to knock him out. Or at least the left hand is going to be the one doing the damage to lead up to the knockout. And maybe he ends up with an uppercut or right hook or something like that. But the damaging blows are going to come from that left hand. Trust me. Trust me. Yo sé de esto. Yo nada más sé de esto y de boxeo nada más. Esas son las dos cosas que yo sé. My man, the Nobody 92 says, we want Hector to be coming back to Broadway show. Don't do him like that. Nah, that's my man. That's my man. Hey, man, if he feel confident about his pick, he can hop on and talk about it. That's what, He could hop on and talk about it. I ain't nothing. He could come back on the show anytime he want. I just know for a fact Rayo is knocking out Gary Antoine Russell. Left hand, left hand. Remember that. This hand, this one right here. Uh, Juan de lo Mio says, "What's going on with Motai's career? He's been quiet lately. Yeah, he's been quiet. If I'm not mistaken, he's gonna be fighting Zaul Abdullayev sometime in April or May. There's no set date on that, but yeah, nah, that's from what I heard. So I'm excited to see him come back. The one thing I'll say is I still don't doubt his talent because he's shown me talent. What I do doubt is his chin, man. I've seen him get shook up and dropped before, and hurt, like legit hurt. And it's okay to get hurt or drop, but it's just he just doesn't seem that durable in that chin area. I remember when he was coming up with Keyshawn, I was saying that Murataya is better, but after seeing that chin get touched a couple of times, I'm starting to doubt. I'm starting to doubt it. Hector Bermuda says high output to a guy that isn't a real 140. I understand that. And so what he's saying is Russell is a high volume puncher, and Rayo isn't that big of a fighter to keep him off of him. I understand that point. But one, if you look at Rayo's recent videos and pictures he's been putting on social media and on YouTube, he's worked on that size and he's looking big and strong. So that's to address that point. Second of all, I feel like Gary fights at one pace and that's straightforward. We've seen Rayo in his last few fights use angles and shift around. And I think when you move forward, you can shift around, lead the guy into the left hand, and knock him out that way. So, and Rayo's a puncher. Rayo's a puncher, and he's shown also he can box. He's shown that in his last two fights, although we don't know him to be a boxer, that he's developed some skills, learned from Bam Rodriguez, and has the ability to beat this guy. And I don't think Gary Antoine hits as hard as people make it out to be. I know there's only been one fight that went to decision, and that's the Pollo fight that he lost. But I feel like he's an accumulative puncher, while Rayo is more of a one shot guy, and I think while he's doing his accumulation and he may land 4 or 5, I think the 1 or 2 that Rayo land may have more effect on him. So I listen. I'm very confident that Rayo's winning this fight, and this he's a plus 500, and I'm putting down. I might put down something nice on that, man. I might put down plus 500. Shit, I might pay my rent. Shout out to Rayo, man. I might pay my rent just with Rayo. I'm telling y'all, man. Believe me that I'm very confident in that pick. There's very few picks that I'm picking the underdog that I'm so confident. This is one of them. I'm very confident. I'm very, very confident. Yeah, man. But yo, fellas, man, this has been my life for tonight, man. I want to say thank you guys for watching all the way to the end, especially those who already hit the like button. I'm about to tell you to hit the like button, but if you already did that, it's a special thank you to you. And if you haven't done that, just hit that like button, bro. That's it. That's free. You haven't super chatted because I know the Nobody 92 and Juan de lo Mio, Hector Bermudez, the guys have been super chatting. I know they hit the like on the video. For you who hasn't super chatted, hit that like, man. It don't cost nothing. I appreciate you. Support me and support the Dominican boxing always. All right, guys. Oh, what? Hold on. Oh, I got a caller. Hold on. Xavier, ¿qué es lo que, mi hermano?
What's up, bro? ¿Cómo tú estás? ¿Cómo tú estás?
Tranquilo. What's up, brother? I was about to end the live, but you hopped on. What's good? Talk to me. What you
Nah,
got
it's
to say, man?
about the Rayo and Russell fight. How do you think that Rayo's gonna? You think he's gonna fight him the way he fought a Colbert and a Pitbull, like moving
Yeah.
and sticking? I don't think. Okay, I don't think that'll work against everybody because that's not like there's fighters who have like naturally like multiple styles, right? Like they could outbox you, they could punch with you. I don't think that Rayo is one of those fighters. Like he's been doing it because of the opponents that he's had, and he's had like the success with it. But I don't think he could do it against just anybody.
I
So
mean,
I feel like,
but who the fuck is this guy Gary Russell? Like, who is this guy? Like,
yeah,
what
I
makes
got,
him so
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not saying he's
oh
like some like
you
superstar top tier
yeah,
talent,
this
but
guy never
he
been a
could make
world
it
champion.
rough. He I feel like it could bring out Edwin de los Santos, like when you see how he engaged with Edwin like that,
Mhm.
I feel like he could
Yeah,
bring that
no,
out
but
of
he
Rayo,
has
make
that
him engaged like that, and if
one
either of them get caught, they could both get put down.
Gary doesn't punch as hard as Edwin. That's my first point. And whatever you can look at the knockout percentages. I'm just talking about single shot for shot. I would take Edwin's power over Gary. So that's the first point. Second
Mhm.
point is Rayo got experience from that. He learned that, oh, you can't just rely on your power and you're not going to just
Yeah,
knock
for sure.
everybody out because that's what he was doing before. He was just knocking everybody out. So he's not going to fight like that with Gary because he has that experience of brawling with a guy who's also a puncher and getting the shorter hand of it. Now, Gary, on the other hand, doesn't have that experience. Everybody he's just ran through, and then with
Hmm.
the Puello fight, he didn't. It wasn't exactly a blow for blow kind of fight. I think he has the experience of boxing, and he's learned from his experiences, and has a new trainer. Has looked different with this new trainer. Is working with a pound for pound fighter in his
Yeah,
stable,
yeah.
and Bam Rodriguez, another guy in Virgil Ortiz, who's one of the best at 154. Murataya, one of the best up and coming 135. These are the guys he's sharing the gym with. He's seeing spar. Maybe he does some light sparring with Virgil, or maybe he's doing some heavy sparring with Raymond Murataya. So I think he's gonna prove a lot. Gonna make a statement. His stock gonna go up crazy after this knockout.
I feel like it could go either way. I don't see, either fighter being like, oh, he's a definite favorite. I see it, you know, it's Gary's gonna come forward the whole night, and it's up to Rayo to see if he can maintain that movement, that footwork, which we saw, it worked versus Pitbull, and there was a few times where he did get caught, but I feel like it worked that well against Pitbull because of Pitbull's style. He's a short fighter, and he's just gonna come in the high guard, you know. Versus
Yeah.
Gary, he's a little faster, like faster feet. He could get there quicker, and maybe that movement
The
won't
thing
work
is
as
with
well.
Gary, the thing is with Gary, we're guaranteed he's gonna get hit.
Hmm.
He's going to get hit. That's a fact. And I think Rayo is a big puncher. I think he is, and I think we saw it in that Colbert fight. And you can say whatever you want about Colbert. Nobody's ever knocked Colbert out, let alone out cold, almost out the ring. So the guy got power, and this guy rushes in. When you rush in, you run it into the power.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So
for sure.
I'm telling you, Valenzuela gonna knock this dude out, man. I'm gonna put some bread on that. I'm gonna put some bread on that. I'm gonna pay my rent with Rayo.
Yeah, that's a good fight. It's a good undercard that the event has. But man, that comment that Hector put earlier, hey, we gotta find out real quick.
We gotta find out who that co-main.
Yeah,
We do.
and we
I
gotta
want to
find
know.
out for when. Hey,
I want to
the
know the date.
Dominicans are gonna show out. Hey, I might have to fly out. If it's in the summer, I might have to fly out from Florida to New York. Gotta tell my
Oh,
uncle to
yo, bro,
go.
you gotta pull up. Where you at? You in
Man,
Orlando?
oh yeah. I
Oh,
was
okay,
gonna go
okay.
to if Amo Williams would have fought Eldy Cedeno, I would have went. I
Oh,
would have
because
went.
it's in Orlando, right?
Yeah, yeah, but Amo didn't want the fight. Amo
Okay.
didn't want to take that risk.
Yeah.
I would have went. I would have went over there. The shirt I won.
Oh, there you go. There
I
you
would have went
go.
with the shirt I won. When I'm be like, yo, Eldy, what's up? Got okay. You know. But
Yo,
yeah, I was pissed off.
who 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 right now is your favorite Dominican fighter coming up? It could be a prospect, it could be a champion, it could be a contender. Who right now are the Dominicans?
The easy pick would be Rohan, but I'll go with Jan.
What do you like about Young?
He's gritty. Like he wants to get in there, and he wants to put a beat on you, and he'll take a shot to give you one, which obviously isn't the best thing. But I feel like as he gets more fights and he learns more, he'll learn that there's other ways to make that happen. You know,
Mm.
like he will learn. Okay, I'm gonna set this up. He's gonna throw this, and I'm gonna catch him with this, instead of
Yeah,
having to
yeah.
take the shot and then hitting you with something else.
Yeah, no, I love Jan Santana. Those are the two names that, for right now got me most excited. Is I just you're a young cat. How old are you?
I'm 18.
Yeah, so I wanted to see your perspective because this is like your generation coming up. This is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you living it, and you like, all right, you following these dudes since you younger than them, so you looking up to them and seeing that. I want to know
Yeah,
who would be.
I don't even box. I play baseball. It's just because of my uncle. I love the sport, and I think I found your channel like a couple years ago, and I've been tuned in watching ever since. Just because the opportunities you give the fighters to talk and the opportunities you give us, the fans, to connect with the fighters. Every time I get a chance to, you put the link in the chat, I always, join, ask any questions I have. And, there's not a lot of people that do that. And if they do that, you got to pay. You got to pay to join in to ask the question. So, it's super
Yeah.
dope.
All right, man. So when you super chatting or cash apping me, man, you've been talking about you've been
I
hopping
did it like,
on.
I know I did it like once. I did it like once. I think I sent a
I'm just
$3
messing
super
with you.
chat once.
No, I'm just joking. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man. Yo, bro, I appreciate you hopping on, man.
I
Anything else you
appreciate you
wanted
for
to
letting me
ask or
on.
anything like that? Well, hold on. I
No,
got a question for you. What'd you think of the Damas fight?
I was pissed off.
Yo, bro, I was tight. I was tight.
I was. I remember. I was playing a baseball game. I. I'm like. We finished the game. I'm rushing to get all my stuff to leave, but I'm not driving. So I put it on my phone. Okay, I watched the Virgil fight. Then I watched that fight, and I'm in the car with my nephew. He's driving. He's the same age as me, and I'm screaming. I'm like, "Yo, Adamas, no!"
Hold on, your nephew's the same age as you?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you
yeah.
definitely Dominican. You definitely Dominican.
I have 13 nephews and nieces, and one's the same age as me.
Damn.
So
All right.
he's
Yeah, yeah.
driving, and I'm there with my AirPod on watching. The first 3 rounds, I'm like, okay, you know, they could do more. And then middle rounds pick up. I'm like, okay, sure, it's not doing nothing. Adamas is the one putting in all the work. Then last couple rounds, I'm like, okay, Adamas, you got to lock these down. Because if you don't lock these down, they're not going to you. So, okay, I
Mhm.
see, okay, he's still coming forward. He's still throwing. He's the only one putting on activity. All right, decisions come. I'm like, all right, this is a lock. This is a lock. I'm like, my parlay hit. I'm about to win $280. I'm
Damn.
good. Boom, draw. I'm pissed off. One, they robbed them. Two, my parlay didn't hit. It's like, man,
Yeah,
it's horrible. Is
they
there like
definitely did us dirty. They did us
can
dirty there.
is an appeal possible in that situation?
Nah.
I don't know, but is it possible? Because one had it what 118, 110?
Yeah.
That's
And
like
you know
by a
it's funny.
landslide.
You realize Mauricio Suleiman ain't come out making no statements. That shit was crazy. And then you got Turkey Ali Sheik in the corner talking, and
Yeah,
it's just a bad look,
that's
man.
just horrible, horrible.
It's a
It's
fucking
real
bad
bad.
look.
You can't. People were like trying to compare it to like Floyd, and Floyd did it with Tank. Floyd's a promoter, and he said on the unofficial scorecard, you're
No,
down.
and not only that,
He
not
didn't
only
say
that,
anything else.
he's the promoter of Tank, not the promoter
Yeah,
of. So he's not the promoter, he's just funding the event. So you're supposed to be neutral. You're just funding the event,
yeah,
but yet
for
you
sure. He's
clearly
the
want
organizer.
yo
That's a
the
bad look. I
the
don't think
draws.
a lot of fighters gonna see that and be like, man, is it really worth going over there? Like it's like with like what Tank said. He was like, if they want me to go over there, they gotta pay me a little extra money because they're already not on my side. I gotta knock out to win.
Hold on. My man Benji, Elvis manager, says Elvis Rodriguez co-main event versus Lindolfo Delgado. Yeah, we talked about that fight earlier, Benji. I'm picking Elvis by knockout. And I would love for you to hop on. At least give me 5 minutes, my brother. Give me 5 minutes, Benji. But yeah, I got Elvis winning that for sure.
Yeah, bro. Well, this year, next year, gonna be some good years. You know, glad to be in the journey along with the whole Dominican boxing community. I
Yeah, man.
appreciate you letting me on.
Nah, and I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Wear that Dominican boxing shirt with pride, man. I got more gear coming too. So definitely stay
I wear
tuned.
it to practice. People, oh, yo, you a boxer? I'm like, no, I just love boxing and Dominican
Yeah.
boxing.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I might have to get some more gear to you, man. I might have to get some more gear to you. But my brother, I holla at you, my man.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
All right, same to you. Bueno, mi gente. Unless Benji wants to hop on, man. I'm about to shut this down, man. I definitely want to talk to Benji. I'm super. Oh, yeah. Next week, I promise I'll bring Elvis on. You know what? Shout out to Benji, man. Always looking out, man. Yeah, we definitely need Elvis on this channel. Y'all know we love Elvis, so I would love to have him on. I would love to see Elvis with another trainer. Me too. Me too. But no, mi gente. Till next time. Oh, wait, hold on. Young man, a good tip is to put Russell main line on your parlays, man. Nah, man, don't listen to this advice. Do not listen to this advice. I'm telling you, Rayo is going to knock out Gary Antoine Russell. I said it live. I made a thumbnail saying that. The title of this show is Rayo is going to knock out Antoine Russell. I'm telling you right now, that's what's going to happen. With the left hand, I'm giving you the hand that he's going to hurt him with. I don't know if that's the hand he'll knock him out with. It could he hurt him with the left hand and then he throw a right hook, and that's the punch that knock him out. But I guarantee you, he's going to knock him out. I'm guaranteeing. I ain't even say he's gonna win. I said he's gonna knock him out. I'm guaranteeing it. Trust me. Trust me. Yo, listen, I might throw 500 on the parlay. So you're not, unless you giving me odds, I'm getting plus 500 on Rayo. So if you're giving me plus 500, I'll bet that 5. Know what I'm saying? But I know you're not. I'm going on FanDuel, and I'm taking that plus 500, and Rayo gonna pay my rent. Trust me, dog. Trust me. Shout out to the E Infamous. He goes, if he does, I'll donate $20. All right. All right. Oh, son, Elvis knocked Rayo out with 16s on and headgear. See, this is the type of shit you get on Broadway Joel channel that you don't get on others, man. This is Elvis manager saying that Elvis Rodriguez knocked out Rayo Valenzuela with 16-ounce gloves and headgear, meaning in sparring. That is, I ain't know that. But I'll say this. Russell ain't no Elvis. Russell ain't no Elvis. Russell would do that to Elvis would do that to Russell too. So it's like that's a relevant thing to mention. I'll be honest with you. I think and Benji, you know I've been calling for that fight. Elvis is Russell. I was calling for that fight like crazy, and that fight just never happened. That fight just never happened for whatever reason. But now, mi gente, I'm tired, honestly. Although I am having fun having these discussions. You know what I'm saying? But no, mi gente, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all always support Dominican boxing. And stay tuned, man. A lot of big things coming to this channel. A lot of big things coming to this channel. Peace.